Eriksen stable after collapse during Euro 2020 match. Denmark star Eriksen stable after collapse on pitch during Euro 2020 match versus Finland. The midfielder went to ground during the match and required extensive on-pitch treatment towards the end of the first half of the game in Copenhagen. Denmark midfielder Christian Eriksen is stable in hospital after collapsing during his country's opening Euro 2020 game against Finland in Copenhagen. The interstar went down during the opening half of the Group B match and required extensive medical attention on the pitch before he was removed on a stretcher. After Eriksen was taken to the hospital, UEFA sent out word that his condition was stable. The Danish FA also confirmed that Eriksen was awake and undergoing further tests. The game was initially suspended before it was later restarted after a delay of more than 90 minutes, with Finland winning 1-0. What was said? UEFA provided the first update on Eriksen's status, saying in a tweet, "The player has been transferred to the hospital and has been stabilized." The Danish FA also sent out a tweet saying, "Christian Eriksen is awake and is undergoing further examinations at the hospital." Eriksen's agent Martin Schutz told Dutch radio station NPO Radio 1 that Eriksen was awake, saying, "I've been in contact with his father for a while and he says that Christian is breathing and can talk, that's the good news. He is conscious, but everyone is in shock. His girlfriend is with him." What happened? Play came to a halt just before halftime as Eriksen, without any players around him, dropped to the ground. Referee Anthony Taylor immediately blew his whistle and brought proceedings to a halt. Denmark and Finland immediately called for the medical staff, who raced onto the pitch to administer treatment. His Danish teammates formed a shield around him as the medics provided treatment, before white sheets were held up around him to provide privacy. Following several minutes of on-field treatment, UEFA announced that the match was suspended. The European governing body said just over an hour later that following a request from both teams' players, the match would be resumed. Eriksen's career. The 29-year-old came up through Ajax's academy before going on to become a star for the Dutch Giants. Eriksen's exploits in the Netherlands earned him a move to Tottenham in 2013, where he would go on to become one of the North London club's top players. After 6.5 seasons with Spurs, Eriksen moved to Inter in January 2020. Eriksen took time before becoming a key figure in Milan, but was a major part of Antonio Conte's 2020-21 Serie A title winners. Eriksen spoke to Denmark players after on-field collapse, says Danish director Mahler. The playmaker was able to communicate with his teammates following a scary incident in the Euro 2020 match. Christian Eriksen managed to speak to his Denmark teammates from hospital after his on-field collapse, according to Danish FA, Football Union, Director of Football Peter Mahler. Eriksen was stabilized in hospital after collapsing in the first half of Denmark's Euro 2020 encounter with Finland in Copenhagen on Saturday. The playmaker required extensive on-pitch treatment and the match was suspended after he was taken off on a stretcher, before it was resumed more than 90 minutes later. What was said? He collapsed and got help and heart treatment on the field, Mahler told DR. He was fortunately awake when he left the stadium. We have been in contact with him, and the players have spoken with Christian. That's the good news. He is doing well and they are playing the match for Christian. Our thoughts are with Christian's parents and his family. What happened? Near the end of the first half, Eriksen collapsed to the ground without any contact. Referee Anthony Taylor immediately blew his whistle and brought proceedings to a halt, calling for the medical staff, who raced onto the pitch to administer treatment. Denmark's players formed a barrier around Eriksen as he was treated on the pitch in what appeared to be an extremely serious incident. After Eriksen was taken to hospital, UEFA and the Danish FA confirmed he was stable and awake. UEFA initially suspended the match, but the governing body said players on both teams requested it be resumed.